That was close. That got a little bit closer than I think we would have liked, chat. A little bit closer than we would have liked, but nonetheless, the Mariners have won their 8th game in a row. Waldo Springtime throwing out a first pitch in a playoff game. It's true. As you can see, I just got back from a wedding. I don't know why my chest hair is out. Whoa. Yeah, Woo is absolutely Smooch's bro player of the game. 13 strikeouts. I literally got back from the wedding 5 minutes ago. I literally parked my car, walked in here, and made the thumbnail as fast as I could, and booted up the live stream. I thought you said no stream today. I wasn't planning on streaming, but I got home in time. So I said, you know what? Let's fire up a stream. Yeah, that was a stressful one. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of this game, but I know that Jorge Polanco, big first inning, drove in a couple of runs. I know that J.P. Crawford hit a home run to break the tie as well. And then Josh Naylor comes through on a long at-bat. Comes through and drives in a couple of runs with the bases loaded. That's huge. That's huge. Josh Naylor's been so good for this team. On the back of Bryan Woo's 13 strikeout performance, where he throws another quality start, only gives up 2 runs, you hand the ball over to the bullpen and they're able to get the job done. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know who all pitched in this one, so let me pull it up because like I said, I just got home. So let me just pull it up really quick. The box score. I know that obviously Brash ended up closing this one out. We figured that would be the case. We figured that Andres Munoz would be down today because he's thrown 4 of the last 5. Whose funeral did I go to? It was a wedding. It was a wedding. And it was one of my friends from high school. It was really nice. It was nice because I got to catch up with a lot of people that I haven't seen in a very long time. People that mean a lot to me. So it was really cool to catch up with them. But nonetheless, chat. So they went Bryan Woo, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 13 strikeouts. Luke Jackson comes in. Great night for Luke Jackson again. 1 inning pitch, nothing to show on there. Caleb Ferguson. You know what? I will say, I have been harsh on Caleb Ferguson. He's been a lot better lately. He's figured it out a little bit. 1 inning pitch, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and then Matt Brash. We know he gave up the home run to Taylor Ward. I think that was the first run that the Mariners bullpen's given up in like 40 innings or something like that. Maybe not that much, but the Mariners bullpen has been a huge part of this team over this 8-game winning streak. It's huge. And wow, I mean, just what a performance from Bryan Woo on the back, or the Mariners were able to win this game on the back of that big performance. Cal may not even pass Griffey. Yeah, it's Cal is, yeah, he's got to get it going. Am I wearing a sports coat? I am. I literally just got home from a wedding. I was on my way home from the wedding, and I was like, oh my god, I might make it home in time for stream. And I literally walked in here with 2 outs in the 9th inning. So, but yeah, there will be no stream tomorrow. It's a maroon sports coat, chat. You see that? It's maroon. You guys like it? It was expensive. I paid way too much money for it to probably never wear it again. Looking smooth, buddy. I love you. But yeah, 8 games in a row now. You will finish this homestand no worse than 6-1. No worse than 6-1. Joe and I talked about it before this homestand. You need to go 5-2 or better. It's time for them to get greedy. It is time for the Mariners to get greedy and win every game on this homestand. Like, it's a 7-game homestand. If you can win 9 in a row, 10 in a row, you're like, I know that everyone around you is keeping pace right now. I know, obviously, the Astros won today. The Rangers came back and won today for some ungodly reason. But if we look, chat, at the MLB standings, and we go to the wild card here, there is one good thing that happened today. Is my voice picking up on this? No? It is. Okay. There is one good thing that happened today, chat. When you click on the wild card, The Mariners are now only a half game back of the Boston Red Sox for the second wild card spot. The Red Sox are falling right now. They are falling. Now, I don't really care if the Mariners get the second or the third wild card spot. I honestly think I would prefer the third wild card spot because I think I'd rather go play Houston than play the Yankees. But the Yankees, obviously, they're playing the Red Sox right now. One of those two teams has to lose, and it's been the Red Sox so far. The Mariners are catching up on them. Now, if the Yankees can, in turn, start to lose a little bit after that, I'm just saying. You look at the Rangers in here. They're a game and a half, basically 2.5 games behind the Mariners. We're tied. It hasn't updated. W. So they're tied. So the Mariners are tied for the second wild card spot. I just had to threaten to burn the Mariners Anonymous shirt. It's true. If we take the division, who do we play? If we take the division, we would either play, more than likely, the Astros at home or the Rangers. We would either play the Astros or the Rangers at home. Unless Cleveland continues to stay hot and Cleveland ends up, catching the Rangers, then you would play Cleveland. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I don't expect for Cleveland to continue this hot streak. Let's talk about the wild card division leader. I mean, yeah, but either way, you're going to end up playing in the wild card. You know what I mean? Unless you somehow can catch the Tigers. If you can catch the Tigers, you would end up having a bye in the wild card. That should be the goal. The goal should be not only winning the division, the goal should be to catch the Tigers. They are 84-65. You are 80-68. You're 4 games behind the Tigers. Now, I believe the Mariners do have the tiebreaker over the Tigers. Nice haircut. Thanks, man. Thanks. Got it for the wedding. But your goal should be to catch the Tigers. What's the number 1 and 2 seeding win total right now? The Tigers, like I was saying, are 84-65. The Blue Jays are 86-62. You're probably not going to catch the Blue Jays to have the most wins or the best winning percentage in the league. Oh, we're 81-68. Yeah, sorry, I forgot it hadn't updated yet. Listen, Chad, I just got back from a wedding. All right, cut me some slack. My bad. So you're 3 games behind the Tigers, and I believe the Mariners hold the tiebreaker over the Tigers. Correct? Am I wrong about that? Because they swept them. And then I think that they won a game in the earlier series. I think. I could be wrong. But yeah, if you can catch the Tigers, you have a bye you don't have to play in the wild card. But as of right now, you are either you're tied with the Red Sox, so you could end up playing the Yankees in a wild card series. It would be in New York. I don't want to play the Yankees in New York. I would rather take the third wild card and play Houston in Houston, if that's the case. I would rather play Houston in Houston. In a perfect world, the Mariners win the division. They surpass the Tigers for the second most wins. 4-2 versus the Tigers, W. For the second most wins in the league. And then you have a bye in that first round. And then I believe... let me see if I'm right here. I believe you would play if you have the bye in the first round, you would play the winner of the wild card series that you're getting out of. So you would play the winner of the 3rd seed, which is the division winner, probably from the West, or I guess probably not from the West, probably from the Central at that point, and whoever the last wild card seed is. That is who you would end up playing, whoever wins that in the division series. Obviously, we'd much rather have a division series, 5 games, than a wild card series, but if the Mariners can get in, it doesn't matter. I really think that they need to, they just have to find a way to get that series to be at home. You have to frankly, you have to win the division. This team is incredible at home. Incredible. If you can get a wild card series at home, I truly think you win that series in 2. I think that whoever you're playing, that's how good this Mariners team is at home. On the road, we have seen, how the Mariners struggle, and it's really probably going to come down to this series coming up versus the Astros. It literally might come down to that series, chat, which is insane to me. Insane. Need to make sure we win tomorrow. Can't let up against teams that we should beat. I agree. What am I supposed to do with my life if they get a bye? Oh my god. If the Mariners get a bye, chat, it's going to be so fun to watch baseball and not care who wins. To watch the wild card series and just not care. I'm excited for the Etsy Witch to be added to the Mariners documentary. We play Kansas City next. Kansas City, and then we play Houston for the final 2 road series of the year. You finish up this homestand tomorrow versus the Angels. You have an off day on Monday to travel to Kansas City. And then you travel from Kansas City to Houston, play Houston for 3. You have another off day the following Monday. Come home, play the Rockies, play the Dodgers, season's over. Don't take KC for granted before Houston. True. The nice thing is Kansas City has fallen off. That series versus Kansas City, don't get me wrong, the stakes are still high. The Mariners need to continue to keep pace. But Kansas City is, let me refresh the page, so you guys don't get mad at me. Kansas City is 7 back. Kansas City is at risk of being eliminated soon. And so if the Mariners, it's not necessarily as imperative that you win that series anymore, because you don't necessarily need to have that tiebreaker simply because they're probably not going to make it. However, obviously you want to continue winning and get into Houston hot. You want to get into Houston hot because right now, chat, this team looks like a World Series winner. This is the best I've ever seen this team, and that includes when they won 14 in a row, back in the day. This is the best that I have ever seen this team. Mariners could eliminate Kansas City in the first or second game. W. Remember that fateful game against Kansas City last year and the year before that? Yeah. Again, the good news, chat. There is good news. While the Mariners are playing Kansas City, Texas is playing Houston. Now, I think, and this is still what I'm thinking. I think that you want the Rangers to sweep that series. Because if the Rangers can beat up on the Astros, and then the Mariners can beat up on the Astros, there's a real chance, chat, a real chance that the Astros miss the playoffs completely, and the Mariners would end up playing the Rangers, either at home or in Texas. The Mariners are what, 10-3 versus the Rangers this year? Let me look. I want to say they're like 10-3 versus the Rangers. Stat views. Let's see. Mariners record versus Rangers in 2025. Yeah, so the Mariners are 10-3 versus the Rangers. The Mariners have owned the Rangers all season long. And, of course, we know the Rangers are playing with some sort of witch magic of their own right now. They have Dylan Moore. They have Donovan Solano, Rowdy Tellez, random Michael Hellman, or whatever the hell his name is. I still do think that the Mariners should be able to beat up on the Rangers, especially with no Nate Eovaldi. Now, if that's the case, they may get Corey Seager back or Marcus Semien. I'm not really sure what their timelines are looking like, but We should have traded for Bryan Hayes instead of Gino. Honestly, Bryan Hayes is just worse Ben Williamson. I'm good. Listen, Gino, and we've talked about this, he struggled. Gino has struggled mightily, which is a bummer. I want him to get tomorrow off. I think that he deserves to have tomorrow off. Give Leo Rivas a go over there at third base. I still think that bringing Gino back was the right move. Also, for those of you that don't know, Tyler Locklear's out for the year. He got hurt. I still think that bringing Gino back was the right move because it signified to the guys in the clubhouse that the Mariners are going for it. It signified to the guys in the clubhouse that the Mariners are willing to do whatever it takes to make it this year. And that's big. That's big for a team like the Mariners who, frankly, at the time weren't playing their best ball. Gino's leadership, obviously it's Gino. You know, we know he's a good vibes only guy. Even when he's not going right, he's still, he's still smiling. He's out there. He's a leader. Gino is a leader. And unfortunately, offensively, he's just not. Unfortunately, he is just not performing right now. But I still think that bringing him back was the right move. He is struggling, and I hope that he gets tomorrow off with the Monday off day. Give him back-to-back days off. Let him rest. Let him reset. As a lot of you guys were saying in chat. And then have him be full go, ready for this road trip. Because this is the most important road trip of the year. And as Shanae just said, his battle heat up again. When Gino gets hot, he can carry a team for a week. You know what I mean? He can carry a team for a week. Yo, Mini Galen with the 10. Top D of the day, chat. Top D of the day. This team is so mercurial, hopeless, and seemingly forgotten how to play baseball one week, playing like World Series contenders the next. Mini Galen, bro. It's wild, like what this team can do. Yeah, I agree, Desert Straw. He was never going to sustain that. It is absolutely insane what has happened with this team this year. They have been the best team in baseball. They have been the worst team in baseball. And they all came one right after another. Like, it's insane how the different kinds of Seattle Mariners that you get. The Mariners, again, they're hot right now. Winners of their last 8. Going into the most important road trip all season long. If they can continue to stay hot and win both series on the road. I'm not saying you have to, go 6-0 on this road trip, but if you can find a way to go 4-2 on this road trip, preferably at least 2 wins versus the Astros, that is a successful road trip. You get back home, you play obviously a bad team in the Rockies and a struggling and a struggling Dodgers team. I am bullish on what this team can do over the next, 13 games? Yeah, Rivas would be the third baseman. Yeah. Rivas would be the third baseman. Rangers definitely using witchcraft. Yeah, they're using something, bro. There's something in the water. Dave Valley said it best, I think, at the end of the game today. Is that there's something in the air in the Pacific Northwest right now. Like, this team is special. And I truly do believe that this team has what it takes to go to the World Series. I don't know if I've said that about ever since we started this channel. I don't know if I said that about any of the teams we've covered, including the 2022 team. Including 2022. I truly believe this team has the potential to go to the World Series. And with that being said, you could ask me in a week when the Mariners are playing like crap again, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and I could absolutely change my mind. But from what we have seen, especially at home, if they can find a way to have some home cooking in the playoffs, I believe this team can make it to the World Series. It's wild, man. Like, I don't necessarily know how to describe what I'm feeling about this team, other than I'm just like, it is really fun to watch the Seattle Mariners right now. I get off work. I was at the wedding. I'm like, man, I want to watch the Mariners play. I get off work, I'm like, I can't wait for the game to start. It's awesome. And you've had, listen, a lot of the problems before was, the bullpen was struggling, or the starting staff wasn't getting deep into games or playing very well. As of right now, the starting staff is doing their job. Again, Bryan Woo tonight, 13 strikeouts. Another quality start from Bryan Woo. The bullpen, 34 innings, scoreless. That streak was broken tonight. That stream was broken tonight, obviously, with the home run given up by Brash, but nonetheless, incredible. That is exactly what the Mariners have needed. It's a strange feeling because it's usually us on the outside looking in at this point in the season, but we have some breathing room, which is unusual AF. Yeah, I think that this season, like where the Mariners are at currently, this is the furthest I can remember them being where they still have whatever's going to happen this year in their hands. They are calling the shots. They've in years past, they needed, this team to win or beat this team or what have you. They don't necessarily need that right now. They just have to keep winning. If the Mariners keep winning, the rest will sort itself out. It is unfortunate that all the teams around you also keep winning. That's annoying, but it's the case. And if I'm being honest with you, chat, what do you guys think like the win total is going to be for the division winner this year of the West? What do you think it's going to be? I thought you were at a wedding. I was. I got home in the 9th inning with 2 outs. And I'm like, I'm booting up the stream, bro. I'm excited. So I booted up the stream. I'm still wearing the jacket and the button it. Do I look dapper or what, chat? Come on. A little bit of... But that's an exciting thing for this team. And you think 90, there's 13 games left? There's 13 games left. To win 90 games, the Mariners or the Astros would have to go 9-4. It's not happening. Wait. Yeah, 13 games left. Yeah, 9-4. I don't think it's 90. I think, chat, that it's 88. I think 88's the number. And I don't know if you guys know this, but 88 wins on the year is a 54% winning percentage. Whoa. I truly 94. Oh, that's not possible. Oh, wait, yes it is. That would be winning every game the rest of the way. Listen, nobody's going to win out, chat. Come on. Come on. I'm just saying. I think 88 wins is the number. Can the Mariners, over the next 13 games, go at least 7 and what? What is that? 7 and 6? You don't have to play your best ball. You don't have to play your best ball. If you play 500 baseball the rest of the season, I do think the Mariners make the playoffs. Now, at least 90. I mean, if they go 9-3, I'm in. I don't think that 90 is going to be what wins the West this year. I think it's 88. I think 88 wins the West in 2025, which is crazy to me. 9-4 makes more sense. I mean, I agree. Obviously, I want the Mariners to win out. But it's nice that the Mariners do not have to play immaculate baseball the rest of the way for them to make the playoffs, in my opinion. What would you do if they won out, bro? Now, when we say won out, are we including the playoffs? All of a sudden, they win. So if they won out, they're at, 8 games in a row? So that put them at 21 games. I mean, they would... Oh, God. You know what would be so Mariners, chat? God. If the Mariners won 21 games in a row and they got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs, that'd be so Mariners. 9-4 seems doable. I agree. 9-4 definitely seems doable. You got some tough teams in front of you. You have some tough teams in front of you. We know how hard it is to play the Royals in Kansas City. We know how hard it is for the Mariners sometimes to win in Houston. To return to the scene of the 2022 crime. To play in Houston in that series. I don't think that it's possible for the Mariners or the Astros to be eliminated in that series. But listen, like, you have the Rockies. Get greedy. Get greedy versus the Rockies, right? Win all three. But the Dodgers, it's the last season of the year. And right now, chat, that's the last season last series of the year, sorry. And right now, the Dodgers are at 83-65. They're 2.5 games up on the Padres. If the Padres don't play well, it is possible that the Dodgers will be resting some of their players. It's possible. I wouldn't say it's likely. But it's possible. Excuse me. If you can clinch before then, and maybe I might even mean the division. If we win the next 10, we will win the division. Yeah, absolutely. That is true. Yeah. If they go 3-3 on the road trip, they should still be okay if Texas wins that series versus the Astros. It's interesting, Cody, because I think at that point, so let's say Texas wins that series versus the Astros, and let's say they win 2 versus Kansas City, 1 versus Houston. I believe, and I could be wrong, if that was the case, so let's say the Astros went 2-1, or the Rangers went 2-1 in that series. We win 2 versus Kansas City, okay? And then we lose 2 versus the Astros. I believe the Rangers and the Mariners would be tied. The good news is the Mariners would still be in the wild card spot, but it would be so much closer. Do you think I'm cooked as a Mariners fan in North Carolina? You're cooked? You're cooked? You think so? I don't know. Nah. 3-3 on the road trip is a massive ask, to be honest. It is. With how the Mariners have played on the road recently, you're not wrong, Michael. But they got the good vibes rolling in that series versus Atlanta. And there's something to be said about that. That maybe, maybe this is just all hopium, that I can say that the team is fixed on the road. Maybe that's all this is. It's just a bunch of hopium. But I think that they'll be all right on the road. I do. Now, again, I could be really regretting that in a week. If you can play 500 ball the rest of the way, go 7-6. You've won 88 games, and I guarantee you. And if I'm wrong, I'll take it. But I guarantee you that if the Mariners win 88 games, they make the playoffs. I'm putting my stamp of approval on it. Is it technically possible for that to not be the case? Yeah. I'd say it's highly unlikely. If they go 7-6 the rest of the way, I think they make the playoffs no matter what. So many great Mariners from Carolina. True. So say the Mariners go 9-4. What would the Tigers' record need to be? I think 4-9. So if the Mariners went 9-4, that'd put them at 90. So the Tigers could only go. The Tigers would have to go 6-7 the rest of the way for the Mariners to take that second spot. If we go 9-4, do we want the bye? Considering how we've seen other teams play off the bye, I think so. I think we want the bye. I now if I'm wrong, it is what it is. I think that having the bye would be good, especially for a team that has looked so gassed recently. I think that it makes sense for them to want to get that bye. And again, I could be wrong. If they're playing hot, maybe we want them to we just want them to keep playing. You know what I mean? 2-1 at Kansas City, 2-1 at Houston, 3-0 versus Colorado, and 2-1 versus LA. So that put us at what, 7? That would put us at 9-4. Yeah, I mean, again, if you go 9-4, I'm guaranteeing you probably would. If you go 9-4, I guarantee I don't know. I'm saying you win the division if you go 9-4 the rest of the way. What's their schedule? Let's take a look. So, the Tigers, they play one more game against the Marlins tomorrow. They have an off day on Monday. Then they host the Guardians for 3. They host the Braves for 3. They then once again host the Guardians for 3. I'm sorry, then they go to Cleveland and play the Guardians for 3. They finish the year versus the Boston Red Sox, chat, who we've mentioned are slowing down. The Red Sox are looking like a team that may not be able to, continue this pace that they've been on. And if that's the case, then the Mariners would probably be in wild card 2. The Tigers, the rest of the way, it's interesting because we want to win the division, right? So we want the Tigers to lose, which means we're technically rooting for the Red Sox to win. But the Red Sox are also the team directly in front of us in the wild card race, which we're tied with. So yeah, there's just a lot. There's just a lot of moving parts right now. But again, if the Mariners keep winning, it doesn't matter. Just keep winning. Just keep winning. Just keep winning. Just keep winning. But anyway, chat, I am gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go take off this suit because it's very warm. And I don't want to be wearing it anymore. But I appreciate you guys being here. A couple, 200 something people in here for this one. Appreciate the donos as well, the remembers, the members. Yeah, means a lot. I appreciate you guys so much for just hanging out with me after games like this. One more game on this homestand. No stream tomorrow night. We're gonna have to record the podcast, which we should talk about the Etsy Which Says Steamboat. But yeah, we got to record the podcast tomorrow. So no stream tomorrow, off day Monday, and then stream should return on Tuesday. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Fingers crossed we can keep this win streak going. Thanks for dressing up. I got you. Fingers crossed we can keep this win streak going, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Good night.